Hello, welcome to this video. So this problem will be about quadratics. So it's just a conventional problem paper 1 about quadratics. So part A, so we have a function. So part A, using the method of combining squares, of course method of combining squares are very often. So that would be about the vertex of the graph. So y equals fx, so negative 1/3. Well, the numbers are a bit tedious, but since the coefficient of x squared is not 1, so that's why here we try to pull out negative 1/3. So we try our very best to pull out, we force to pull out the leading coefficient negative 1/3 from the first two terms. Again, negative 121, the constant term, does not matter here. So that's why we have to think of a number such that multiplied with negative 1/3 would becomes 12x. And then the answer is negative 36x. So here you have to try to verify this equality sign. This equality sign very seriously. Well, and after that, so that will be a lot easier because the coefficient of x is negative 36. You try to halve it, so that will be negative 18, and then you try to square it, so that will be 324, and of course minus 324 back. And then here, be careful, so about negative 1/3 and then times negative 324, because we need to expel the fourth term out. And then negative 34 times negative 1/3, so that will becomes positive 108. So and then finally, so it will becomes negative 1/3 times x minus 18 all square, and then minus 13. And then at the end, so we use the method of combining square to rewrite a quadratic graph in general form into its corresponding vertex form. So from this vertex form, so we can directly write down the required vertex. So that will be 18 minus 13. That completes part A. And then B, so first of all, the graph of gx is obtained by translating the whole graph vertically. If the graph touches the x-axis. So first of all, in part B, so we have fx. So from part A, so fx equals to negative 1/3 x minus 18 whole square minus 13. So here, first of all, the graph opens downwards, and then the vertex coordinate 18, negative 13, and then the x-axis will be above the whole parabola. So that's why here the whole graph is translated upwards, of course, because the final graph has to be touches the x-axis. So the translated graph touches the x-axis at which point? Of course, touches the x-axis at the vertex. So and then already we can write down the vertex of the translated graph. So that's why the graph becomes here. So gx, so you can see already you can put down the answer. So gx, so that would be negative 1/3 x minus 18 all square minus 13, the whole graph plus 13. Just consider the y coordinate of the vertex, and then it becomes negative 1/3 times the square of x minus 18, and then this will be gx. It's done. Okay, so below is the y equals fx. The translated graph, okay, will be y equals gx. And that's part B. Done. Finally, part C. So under transformation, fx is changed into the quadratic expression. So first of all, okay, so we try to denote. Okay, the function. We try to denote this graph or this quadratic expression by hx. So the key point is how we express hx in terms of fx. How we use fx to represent or to express hx. Now here, I think the idea is more important than the answer. So you can see, just try to compare the original expression with the new expression. You try to compare and contrast any similarities between the original expression and the transformed expression. Now you can see, or I can only see, the only difference will be this becomes that. So, okay, so if you try to following this kind of idea, so hx okay would be basically okay, so a negative 1/3. Wow. Okay, so by rewriting minus 12x okay into plus 12 and times negative x, okay, so you can see that, wow, these two terms will agree. Any problem? And then you can see that, whoa, of course, okay, similar for the first term, but first term square of negative x becomes x squared. Does not change. Okay, so anyway, so this one okay will becomes f negative x. Okay, so that's why here we try to describe the transformation. So the transformation is the reflection. Okay, it is a reflection with respect to the y-axis. Okay, so this will be the part C. And then the whole problem is done. Thank you for watching.